This is the State Farm postgame show.
So the Jacksonville Jaguars hang in there. They will move on in the postseason by virtue of their 10-3 win over the Buffalo Bills. And welcome back inside Studio 43 and the State Farm postgame show. Up next, the road to the Final Four continues right here on CBS. It'll feature a Big Ten matchup between top-ranked Michigan State and Ohio State. That comes your way next right here on CBS. Back here with the full house along with Boomer, Nate, Coach, and Phil. I'm James Brown. We take a look at the action that just took place here.
All I can tell you guys is you're going to take a look at these AFC playoffs. We're going to have Jacksonville at Pittsburgh. That's going to be next Sunday. And then right below that, you can see that Tennessee's going to be visiting New England next Saturday night. Now, I don't know what to tell you guys. Maybe Blake Bortles channeled his inner Bobby Douglas. And for you millennials out there who don't know who Bobby Douglas is, just Google him, because that's what you usually do. But I got to tell you, what he decided to do is decided to run with the football. And I think the reason that he decided to run with the football, that's the start of the first half. Tony Romo pointed that out. Play action, easy completion over the middle. But I think he really got nervous about throwing the ball and making a mistake and turning the football over. The one good thing I will tell you is that they didn't turn the ball over. Buffalo turned it over twice. And 4th and goal right here, that's a really good throw off of a play action pass. But at the end of the day, is this good enough to go on the road and beat Pittsburgh? I know that they did it earlier in the year, but I tell you guys, this is an offense that is just completely anemic.
Yeah, let me just say this. You know, when you're a quarterback and you're in a game like this and you see Blake Bortles' numbers there, pass for 87 yards, the rushing for 88. Boomer, if you really are paying sometimes as a quarterback, it get hard to throw it down the field.
I know, yeah.
Because you understand, oh my gosh, the defense is dominating. If I don't make a mistake, you're thinking, then we won't lose. So that had to be part of the psyche of Blake Bortles in this game.
I mean, you can make all the excuses you want. I'm just telling you right now, that's not going to win on the road. I mean, he's got to be better. You know, he was really good at the beginning of December.
Right.
He was, looked legit in the middle of December there. And for 3 games in a row, he had 7 touchdowns, no interceptions, almost over 900 yards passing, almost 70 completion percent. And I'm telling you, he looked good. Now, all of a sudden, the last 2 games, he has basically looked like the guy that started the season and makes me think that Eli Manning is going to be wearing that jersey next year.
But with all due respect, I'll say to that, and I'll say to everybody else who's going to push that narrative, who cares? They won the game.
They won.
And before I said, is it going to be heartbreak Blake Bortles, or is it going to be I got what it takes Blake Bortles? And he did exactly what he needed to do. He went out there, he rushed the ball. We were talking about this Bills defense being 29th ranked in the rushing, and we assumed that it was going to be Leonard Fournette. At halftime, to catch a rhythm, he went out there and ran with the ball, threw a few passes, and they got the dub, most importantly.
You talk about the narrative. I think when you're going into this football game, you knew that if you were the Jacksonville Jaguars, if we don't turn the football over, we are a better football team, just man per man than the Buffalo Bills. That plays into the whole thinking going into the game. It plays into the thinking of the play calling, the talk that you're talking with him before the game, and as the game unfolds. There was some windy conditions. Neither quarterback threw the ball very accurately on a consistent basis. So I'm not sure how much that played into it, but listen, the bottom line, you're going off to Pittsburgh next week.
Next week.
You know, you've beaten them there. Right. You know what? It's going to take 24 to 28 points to win that football game next week. So your whole thinking going is, you know what? We're going there with nothing to lose. That's going to play into a lot of the play calling and his psyche.
Yeah, a couple things. No big passing plays in the game, but I don't care what you say. I don't know how y'all feel. It was tension-filled, the game.
It was great.
Yeah,
I mean, I was sitting here the whole time going, what's going to happen? Low scoring, still exciting.
And not to mention that Jaguars defense was phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
25 total points.
You know, isn't it awesome to see unanimity in terms of how the game was seen? The State Farm postgame show continues after this.
Brady in the gun. Brady takes the snap. 4-man rush. He's pressured. He throws down the middle. A touchdown! You got me like, you got me like, and ooh, with all the things you do.
The 2018 Pro Bowl, where the best meet the next. Get your tickets now.
Tom Coughlin, the football mind is still sharp.
Yeah, you talk about Tom Coughlin changing the culture down in Jacksonville. He has absolutely done that. We talked about what Sean McDermott has done up in Buffalo. Tom and Doug Marrone, they've done that now down in Jacksonville.
And Shad Khan, the owner, of course, extremely excited about it as well. And after the game, it was our own Tracy Wolfson catching up with the defensive star, Calais Campbell.
Well, Calais, congratulations once again. Your defense seals the deal. What can you say about Jalen Ramsey, that interception at the end there?
Well, that's an incredible play, but you see him do it all the time, so it doesn't even surprise me. I'm kind of getting used to it, He spawned us, man. That's huge.
What is it about this defense, though, that knows no matter what happens offensively, you guys are here to take over?
Well, we prepare hard. We study a lot of tape. We practice hard, and we're battle tested, so we know that if we just keep playing ball and staying disciplined, good things will happen.
Well, you're on to Pittsburgh and a team that you beat earlier in this season, 5 interceptions against Ben Roethlisberger. What did you take from that to know that you can go back there and do it again?
Well, I mean, that's it. We've done it before, so we know we can do it. We just got to, buckle down, prepare like we can, and then go out there and give it our best shot.
How does it feel moving on to the next round and staying alive in the playoffs?
It feels real good. It feels real good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Calais Campbell, no doubt the defensive leader of that squad, Phil.
Well, I was talking before the game thinking, hey, they might give up some big plays. The Buffalo always designs a few plays that works against this Jacksonville defense. Well, not today. I didn't see anything. What I saw is Calais Campbell, Ngakoue getting pressure. Miles Jack got a sack. But the speed of the linebackers really stood out because of the underneath passing, stopping the run, and then when Tyrod Taylor moved out of the pocket sometimes, man, the hole closed fast. So the defense for Jacksonville, that's why they're in the playoffs, and they came through big time.
And I'll just say this, defensive coordinator Todd Wash doesn't get enough credit because, he has put his blueprint on this defense. You're talking about a team with all these rushers. We just rushed 4. No, he blitzes. He goes after. He attacks offenses. And, he gives you a different look each week. They do a really, really good job of disguising in the secondary.
Right.
It's a big challenge for Pittsburgh, one I know you're looking forward to, but it's a good matchup we have next week.
Yeah, Phil, we were talking during the commercial break about the blitzes and how many were hitting home and how many was that when they were in the game?
They made it, every one.
Every time they dialed up a blitz, it got there. And speaking of coordinators named Todd Haley is going to have his hands full. I know we're going to talk about the skill players for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but you're going to have to call some plays to get these guys open because if those DBs are in the area, they're going to pick that ball off.
Well, they did mention Ben. Ben will actually see the blitzes coming and actually try to complete some passes down the field. He's not going to hold on to the ball and just try to run away from them all. Hey, how about LaShawn McCoy today, right? The guy made it for 4 quarters. Awesome job by him, showing his teammates that he cares, put himself out there. He played a well of a football game. I'll tell you, if I'm Case Keenum or I'm Kirk Cousins, I'm sitting at home right now, what am I thinking?
What are you thinking?
Cha-ching, baby. or there are teams out there that are playoff teams that are going to be
kudos to the Buffalo Bills for a fantastic year and what they've done for the city of Buffalo.
Something to build on for sure. More to come when the State Farm postgame show continues.
This is the State Farm postgame show.
All right, folks, and welcome back to Studio 43 and the State Farm postgame show. Again, it was the Jacksonville Jaguars getting the victory over the Buffalo Bills 10-3. They move on now to the divisional round, taking on Pittsburgh next Sunday right here on CBS. And after the game, of course, it was a jubilant Jaguars locker room.
The organization has gone through a lot. You know what I'm saying? Guys that have been through here have gone through a lot. People that have gone through it the most have been the fans. We haven't had a home victory since 1999. So I want to make sure that this game ball goes to City Hall for the fans of Jacksonville.
Great win. Now let's go get another one, huh? Let's go get another one. Let's go win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
You know what I love about that? Let's go get another one. They're not in there celebrating as if they won a Super Bowl. That's a young team, but they're very mature.
And Doug Marrone has done a great job. We talked about Tom Coughlin, Shad Khan, and what they've done for the city of Jacksonville, giving that game ball to the City Hall. But Doug Marrone kind of slowly underneath there talked about a tough training camp.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe that's a new way of approaching your football team. They brought toughness, discipline, and accountability to that locker room.
You know what they did? They took over some talent. We know that. but they gave it toughness. And see, you put those, you equal together, what's it? You get a playoff victory. That's what you get.
I was just going to say, they spent money bringing guys in and making trades, right? And look at that, 6 different starters on the defense came from other teams. So he spent it right. Now they got the defense right. Now the question is, can the offense go toe-to-toe with the great Pittsburgh Steelers?
More to come as we come back after this. Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes and a fiery interview with one of the most powerful women in Russia. That'll be followed by new episodes of Wisdom of the Crowd, NCIS Los Angeles, and Madam Secretary. That's tonight only on CBS. And our postseason coverage continues on Saturday. Yes, it'll be the divisional round matchup. Marcus Mariota and Tennessee will be taking on Tom Brady and the defending Super Bowl champion New England Patriots in a special primetime showcase right here on CBS. Up next, it will be college basketball coming your way after these messages. Quick note, Tyrod Taylor in concussion protocol. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week right here on CBS.